hello. Hello, Maroun. How are you?
Very good, and you?
Fine.
Wow, super happy to see
yeah.
that there's so many people here.
Yeah, we are almost at the end of the event, so let's enjoy the talk. Yes. So Maroun Altekly, it's co-founder and COO of Let's Token, and the first use case is BlocHome. So what is BlocHome?
So hi everyone again. So BlocHome, we all know how hard it.
A bit closer.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Okay, perfect, thank you. So we all know how access to real estate is becoming harder, and one of the main reasons is the notion of the property itself, because traditionally in real estate you have two options: 0% ownership or 100%. In the case of 0%, you go and rent a place, and at the end of each month you feel that you are throwing your money from the window. And in the second case, you go to the bank and you ask for a loan, and then you need to pay your life savings as a down payment, and also you will need to pay more than 40% of your salary every month for the next 15, 20 years at least. That was
the mortgage.
Yes, or 30. So now we have tokenization that we can use as enabling technology to change this, to redefine and rethink the notion of the property, so we can have something in between. And that's exactly what we did with BlocHome. We fractionalized the first building that we have our community own in Luxembourg, and now anyone from Europe can become an owner by just starting with 1,000 euros. And what is more important is that they can continue their ownership gradually.
Yeah, so everybody now can gradually build their wealth in rental homes without dealing with the operational and administrative pains.
100%.
That I think that it was the challenge that you identified when you were in real estate industry, the traditional one. So you thought about these barriers or these pains, and it was the main reason that drove you to build BlocHome.
Exactly. Thank you for pitching our idea.
Okay. So what's your vision related to real estate tokenization? What's next? Let's say, because we've seen a lot of words and projects, but your project is now alive, and what's the difference on what you are ahead of the real estate tokenization?
Yes, so basically what we have with BlocHome is a long-term vision to have housing as a service where we can separate property from usage, and the community members will be able to move effortlessly, for example, from one building to another, from an apartment to another, from a country to another, without having to deal with all the transfer cost that comes with it. Because usually it's hard because you feel chained to the property, as we said, that you have a loan for 20, 30 years, and then it affects your life decisions and many other things, so you can't move easily. And we want to break free from this chain of the property and give the opportunity for everyone to have this freedom, so we can just move.
But as I understand, your company has a very Web3 approach in terms of the community. Mm-hmm. Because you enable the users to join a community and to have a secondary market or something like that. So how it works? Because the Web3 approach is very present in your website, like the community thing, etc.
Exactly. Community for us is top priority. Like whenever we talk about the community here, we are talking about people that joined us. So we were able to unite the pure investors and the people that were excluded from the market for decades. And now the pure investor that would like to have a positive impact, they are able to do it, and they are giving access to the other people to live inside these buildings, because now our first building is going to be used by community members.
Okay.
So 8 people from our community are going to be able to live there, and also what they will be able to do is to have services between each other. So let's say you have a dog, you want someone to walk your dog, and then you can use our platform to ask someone from the community if they are interested to do it for you.
So you have a token for like how it works in terms of the tokens.
Let's say it's an operational token for that, for the services, but the other one is security token.
Okay.
For the building, for the real estate ads.
Okay. So yeah, for you, what's what are your predictions in real estate tokenization for this year in terms of 2023, 2024? We don't have a crystal ball, we know it, but maybe in terms of I don't know, regulation, how the users are gonna take that, no? If it's gonna be a reality that more and more real estate will tokenize.
Yeah, I see every day more and more people that are interested in having tokenization projects, but the thing is, does it really make sense to tokenize anything and everything? In my opinion, and I think all our team share the same idea, is that if we want to tokenize something, it needs to have 3 main criteria, which are community spirit, democratic approach, and it needs to be democratic.
So these are your 3 pillars.
Yes.
In BlocHome is community, democracy, and you say 3.
I said community, democratic approach, and participative approach.
Participation of the community. Perfect.
Exactly. So that's what we start, and it needs to have, in order for us as Let's Token, which is a one-stop shop for tokenization, in order for us to put in place a project or to help someone to bring their project to the market, it needs to have these 3 plus an impact, a positive impact that they would like to have in the market. So, for example, the second one, the second project that we are going to bring is related to affordable housing. So now I had a meeting 2 days ago, and probably we are going to have a second use case. And for BlocHome, we are going to have a second acquisition very soon in the near future. But also what I would like to say is that we always talk about tokenization and the technology.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, we were talking about that outside, and that's why I remember it. The thing is, if we really want to have a change, we need to stop, in my opinion, talking about how tokenization works, how the blockchain works, and start focusing on the benefits. Because in our case, for example, we have our partners, Tokeny, and thank you for them. We are able to put it in place without having the user
in the center.
So the user experience is super important, and in our case, you need zero knowledge or technical knowledge to become a real estate owner.
So we have to stop saying blockchain all the time, no? Because maybe the end user is not familiar with the blockchain technology, and maybe it's a token, but not.
So we can say
in the marketing approach, I say, no, like to the community, to the marketing approach, stop like using this very technical thing like blockchain. Just say what's the benefit from the traditional system to now. What has changed, and what's the benefit from the user?
So from our experience, and believe me, we spent so much time in educating the people, because these people were excluded from the market for so many years. And you say that blockchain will give you access, and then the first thing that they are going to think about is the spams and the hacks that happened, and they will be super hesitating, if you want, to move. And in our case, we have more than 350 BlocHomers, and they are the owners of the first building. And if I want to say something, I would say that it is the first community that owns a residential building, and I'm super proud to be part of this. And also because without this community, I don't think I should be here, for example. It doesn't make sense. Who am I? So.
Thanks, Maroun. So, sounds exciting, and thanks for explaining us this project. I don't know if anyone from the audience have questions for
if you have questions,
Maroun.
We have time for one question.
One question.
Time's up.
You said before that you breaking the rental property up into about €1,000 chunks. Do you get a share? Like, do you issue 260 tokens and then they go up in value or down in value based upon the house price, or how does the economics work for an investor?
So whenever you become an owner with BlocHome, you become a shareholder of the company that holds the building. And in this case, we have for the first building, it was 7,990,000, and we have that amount of tokens. And yes.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
But if anyone needs to ask any questions, I will be outside having a drink. So see you guys.
Great. Thank you very much.